Here we go. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. This is gonna be my first recording of me playing the video game, I think. I don't remember when was the last time I ever actually properly tried to record myself playing. I'm gonna run the... Actually, no. I can't even get to run the next ad. Well, I'm just gonna go walk around a little bit and wait on this ad to go through. I forget if this game does it or not, but I remember there being a... day-night cycle. Yeah, this one has it, but it's not like the real lifetime. Excuse me. I'm gonna open my notes. I have a Google Doc made up of all my notes for Final Fantasy XIV. Holy shit! It's control page down. I don't have a page down. I do. Nope. Control page down just makes me do that. So what if I just hold page down? If I hold shift page down. Nope, doesn't do a damn thing. Oh, that's what it does. It does that over my notes. Hold on, let me make sure I didn't actually accidentally delete anything. It's gonna be so much faster if I just do this. Bam. Where's my charger? Let me take a look at my DM. Sorry about this. I forgot there's like a 3-minute ad thing every single time that I start up the stream, and I didn't want that right now. What is this? Kazakura is working like a woman possessed. Oh, that's right. That's the reclamation stuff. We're not gonna worry about that. Get out, samurai I am. Okay. What day is it? 4/21. Nice. What heading do I usually use? That's some nerd shit right there. I can ever tell you that one. Heading 2? Okay. Four 21 26. It's gonna take a second to read a Discord DM. I don't have any DMs. Damn. That's what DM stands for. Damn. D-A-M-M. D-A-M-M. I'm gonna move my mic real quick. Sorry about that, I was consuming food for sustenance. Alright, let me write down the name of this quest. Under the Moonlight. Under the Moonlight. I'm debating whether or not it's worth just putting this laptop on my lap while I play this so I can make it easier for writing notes. I think it's time we're going, don't you? We've done all we can here and we've got a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rhaegar's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lys about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Why? Okay, I guess. Rhaegar's Reach. Tell Lys about Xenos. Okay. Okay. Damn, it's costing me so much fucking money. I have to lose so much. I have to lose so much of my cheddar. I think of all the disgusting ways I can just call money money. Hold on, let me get rid of this. You know what? Yeah. We've graduated past, what do you call it? Hypercam 2. We're now in Fraps. Official Fraps. Actually, I think we buy Fraps. That code is that it kind of goes crazy. I can't speak English. You mean the thing I'm wearing? I don't know what this is. I don't know where we got it from. Apparently it's the antiquated Myochin Haori. I don't know where the fuck we got it from. I think you get this from just doing samurai stuff. Maybe that's the reason why it looks so pinnacle samurai. Samurai. Sorry. Hey Lys. How's it going? You gonna freak out about Xenos or some shit? Clementine, Alisay, you're back. No Alphanaud? It's good to see you again, Lys. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will most certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. Okay. It's a long story. We have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... if this is no joke, God, this had better be a joke. You better not fucking freak out about it and do something incredibly stupid over this. Look, I know what I saw, alright? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Clementine's. She saw the Crown Prince through the echo, in a meeting that could have only taken place in the recent past. Xenos is alive. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. And someone went through the troubles of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Dal's gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? What's this dude? Don't forget about this. Fade into cutscene. Thank her. It brings you to the Reach. Alphanaud had me lending a hand at the saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. And now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but there's some suggestion that the late Crown Prince could have gotten better. If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin, as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if we'll put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about it, we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhole in the Locks. His grave is set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. Nice. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. What do you guys say about this? You find Xenos' grave up at Bloodthirst, the burial ground of the locks. The stone isn't marked, but it's set apart from the others, so it should be obvious enough which one you're after. I'll take your word. Are you excited about this, Monty? I'm gonna be uploading my fucking... I'm gonna be uploading the VODs to YouTube, so if you ever see me react to something incredibly stupid, you could always react to it. Or if you say like that I'm just making shit up, you can always just come back and see and prove that I was making shit up. Check that out. We are never returning to that place ever again. I would love to return back to the one at Heavensward. That one's fun. But this place? Nah. You're never gonna see me back here again. The divine audience. Wow, what a great burial site. You guys have a bunch of ghosts here. I forgot the zone even existed. The only thing I remember about it is the lake. Yeah, the lake that you have to like go under to for like whatever reason to go find a vault or some shit. This is it. God, this better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago. But I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we're presented with but one course of action. We best not make sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? Question mark? I gotta sneeze. I'm probably gonna play this for like about an hour, maybe 2 hours at most. Like an hour. Between the soft spot is gonna be like an hour or an hour and a half.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
We turn on the lights.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Should you be wearing that whenever it's raining? Don't you have a raincoat? I hope you're gonna appreciate that Neon Cat is gonna be there forever. I have to have Neon Cat there because for whatever reason, like the anti-bullying rules on Final Fantasy XIV forbids people from having text, like just chat open. If there's no course, then we are to conclude that the rumors are true? Question mark? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphinaud's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you that they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian was walking around in Xenos' body? May seem like a distinct possibility. Once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusion, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, then that was some trick. He's as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raban needs to hear about this. If you find anything else, send a word to me at Rolgar's Reach. So I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Exodus, give some dialogue. I'm sure it wasn't that important. Oh nice, you guys teleported me all the way over here. Is this the Waking Sands? No it isn't, this is the other one. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orangie over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Y'shtola is on her way and should be here any... Let's say, Clementine, it is good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. You look very happy. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too will conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Clementine? Nay. Alphanod had the right of it. Are you sure? I'm kind of an idiot. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety, capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, and the shadowy web of the paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but you guys are twins. You guys are both fucking morons. I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. You mean like go after him? Like as if you're usually prone to do? Alright, I wrote down on my notes. We believe in the Ascian corpse theory. Oh, meanwhile in the Imperial Palace. Whoa. I thought that was like a person. That was just like a giant throne. This is such a goofy ass fucking composition. We gotta suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Kinda has the Arthas jawline. Arthas. Glad I could make it, Arthas. Everything proceeded according to plan, every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there's no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. There's gonna be some Sid bullshit. It's gonna be like, hey, did you know that you can go beat up like a giant robot or whatever? This is your next raid series. Glad I could make it, Arthas. Rugged soldier, What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. The sword is unnatural. Dutch angle is literally the plot of this raid series. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Whoa. Damn, he got owned. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. Here upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Should I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. What voice is that I'm doing? Oh my god, don't do that. Get out of that. Immediate aura loss is getting inside of this machine. Any aura that you think he could have had immediately got lost upon entering the machine. Emissary of the Dawn. What is that? Ponder? Nice. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait a word from Alphanod. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. I should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tales of your adventure in the Far East. and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. I think all the tables look free. Wow. Hold on, I think there might be someone I want to talk to. Is it Hori Boulder? Hey, Hori Boulder. Another mission fraught with danger, yet here I am still. Quiet moments at this point, spent a carefree conversation with comrades I've grown to cherish most. I don't want to talk with any of these guys. Upon sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that they set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Can you give me like a time? Alright, let's watch these 32 cutscenes back to back. Hopefully they're all voiced. I'm gonna be so sad if I have to like sit here and voice like 30 minutes worth of cutscenes. Interesting. So this Tsukiyami was summoned in such the same manner as the Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics, but if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to the Doma, and learn of what I can on the subject. Fine idea. And I know for a fact our friends at Doma would be grateful for any information which could help prevent further summoning of in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident, expert on aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that it's time for tea? It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us about how your investigations went. Yeah, music like that tells me this cutscene's not gonna be voiced. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhole's gravekeepers. They all told the same story. Once Lace and our officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred upon strict supervision. There seemed to be little reason to doubt their testimony on that point, but when I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. No one reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act had perpetrated by a vengeful Alamigan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm when the offending scrawl was removed. As per Lisa's instruction, no one involved to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis like that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we're left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or Nassian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fervent as a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We assume that we are dealing with an Nassian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphanod and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understands the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Alright, time for the next 10 minutes of cutscene. Take a sip. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft LXXV. It's gonna be like some stupid, like 75 or something. Or 125. Master Alphanod, we're making good speed towards our destination. Azada Mix. No, it is just, I can see not from my cabin. I was curious to know of the land which over we flew. Exima, I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge in your curiosity, however. We're presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but moms upon moms of lifeless earth. I have read something of the burn. It is described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of aether. It is believed then a succession of icons summoning was responsible. When Emperor Solus came to Othard and beheld his blight, he said to have revealed at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of such entities. Report. Sorry about that, I was typing something. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? Ah! All cannons return fire. Damage report. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it. They knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Ugh. Damn, that's loud as hell. He's dead. Glad to have you back, Master Alphanod. We've landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke, and must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Aye. Alright, let's see the next 32 cutscenes. What the fuck? Master Alphanod, by asking search for survivors, I will see to our oh wait, I will see to our injured helmsman. Alright. Ew, why does he walk like this? My leg, it's caught. Yeah. Damn, Alphanod, you're kind of pathetic. Okay, so that's what that is? Use physic. Okay. Revive the wounded soldier. Sorry about that. Thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Well, that's all the gameplay. Yes, he very likely saved his life. The question of who will try to take it remains, however. You. Put these last few out of their misery. The prince wishes their death. Prince. They have not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. So anyways, I had an alright day at work. It was kind of like a bit long. For whatever reason, I felt way more tired than I usually do. I wish they would let us use the Moonstone and the Onyx Carbuncles. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I was thinking that, like, that kind of looks cool. Huey. Just have to make battle with another couple hundred people. Damn, why don't they use those things more often? Confounded. Not here. Not like this. I immediately forgot what voice I was doing for him. Put up a shield. Damn, what a G. Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can't wait. You're a calm and a crisis, Master Alphanod. Let us finish this then. I wish my nose was the stuff. Alright, time to use my one button rotation. Have a great AoE, I just have to start using my button here. Damn, how can I beat that guy? He's so cool. Don't worry, there's just like normal summoner. Nice. The Emperor, that man is a fiend. Cross formations, deploy restraints. A child's trick. Hostile stranger. I gotta hit that guy. To you. Wait, what does this do? Oh. Check this out. My thanks, boy. Boy. What is this? Book. Nice. Congratulations, we have managed to defeat the enemy. Great succession. Please let this cutscene be voiced. And pray to you, God. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well. I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? I have some small history with your order. But I would like to speak of the present. Know you your assailants, and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. I could venture as a guess to their motive, but you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Names are not yours for the asking. And as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Asian mask. It's his dumbass fangs. The face of our prey.
We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even when we manage the long trek of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's Guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadowhunter will suffice for the will suffice for the present. Come. I know I'm not supposed to laugh, but holy shit. I try my best. I try my best to keep myself composed, but damn. Imagine that name is a lot cooler in Japanese. Wow. I forgot he named himself like a 15-year-old in high school RP. True. What the hell are you looking at? This is intolerable. But as much as I wish it were otherwise, there's nothing we can do for Alpha Nod now but to pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. Warrior brother journeys to Garlemald from the east. I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I am coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. What the hell am I gonna do? Forgive me, LSA, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. I don't want to go with him. Yeah, leave this with Tancred. I don't want to do anything. Not you too. I understand your frustration, LSA, but Clementine has the right of it. We must defer to Tancred's expertise in this matter. Fine, just promise you'll be careful. Seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all. But we'll stay behind as I've been bid. We all have our talent. We all have our talents. Mine just happens to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send the word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel for me to bear thither. And I shall return if I am needed. Going to go to Doma. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Clementine. With any luck, I'll have painfully detailed report from Alpha Node to share. Cool. I can't wait until I'm fucking done with this like whole thing just so I can stop hearing that stupid ass song. Hold on, let me take a look at my emotes. I got a new one. Is it our expression? Here you go, ponder. That's what it looks like. What does simper look like? What does this mean? Ew, get out of that. Get rid of that. What does scoff do? Wait, how's that different from skimper or whatever? What does content look like? I imagine that looks great on the fucking cat people. How about this? What an idiot. Wow. Hold on, do I have anything cool? Wow, look at that. Gotta let it out, gotta let it out. Sorry, I don't know why that's stuck in my head now. Sisterly act. I'll say is impatiently fussing with her link pearl. I think you're in 4.4, so I don't care how much longer you're gonna hear the Stormblood quest on. Oh, Clementine, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Sorry, I'm trying to get their voice right. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East. Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphanod is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report. Nor does he respond to calls, and all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear the message from Eorzean Alliance. I can't wait till I see this person is completely fucked up. Oh, that's kind of fitting. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. What did I say? Ascian or... okay, whatever. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamigan Resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate a course of action. As a foremost authority, of course, we shall be asserting to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I would say this one falls to us, by which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. And I say no. I'll rather not. Of course I will. It's so funny. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo, by your leave. Alamigo? I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would be better than nothing I've been doing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Ingrid, what's going on, man? Okay. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear right, Rio? Is Thancred coming back? Aye, that he is. Says he has acquired some important intelligence. Being in Galian territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in the case of the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamigan quarter. Understood. Clementine and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyways, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. Heard. My thanks, my boy. Alright, here we go to Girabanya. Whoa, that's a sick ass outfit. I think I can ride my mount here. Hey, Thancred, what's up? Whoa, Kuraga's reached me like for ally Miga. You do her cipher, sir eyes. No need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traipsing through the Imperial territory's thirsty work. Please be voiced.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your
Speaking
breath.
of, I need a
Whatever
drink.
brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then.
Ah. Damn, I needed that too.
After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit.
I want to mute my mic while I eat.
Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance. But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Doma has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that. Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin. But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
Who's gonna be here for the?
I'd say that.
Who's gonna be here for like the politicking though?
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Wait, I'm going to.
Did I just volunteer myself? Oh, fuck. Okay, I meant to talk about this, but I was too busy eating. Uh, I think it's really cool, and I do genuinely enjoy how much the idiot. I really do appreciate and enjoy how much the writers for Final Fantasy XIV have taken into sincerity for writing the like politicking that's going on in this. I think they struck a fine balance between taking the story seriously enough, but not to overburn like the audience for with like adding too much like political stuff into this. I think it's really cool that they weren't afraid to go and immerse the like player into the whole politic and what's going on, because they're like, oh yeah, the populares, the blah blah blah, all the espionage going on everywhere. Like the alliance is basically like doing like Cold War shit where they're supplying a bunch of rebellions to like fight against the Empire and stuff. I think it's really cool that they went through all the effort for that. I think a lot of other games would try to do that, but they would hand wave a lot of it. I think the way that they did the story for this is that it's enough to satiate you, or not satiate you. It's enough to feed you with enough knowledge and information to make your own assessment, but without it like being like vague enough for you to be like, all right, what the hell does that mean though? Like if they're telling you enough where it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense, without going into the whole nitty gritty of like going through the logistics of like at 9:30 p.m. we had to send blah 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 out to blah 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 and is getting picked up by blah blah blah. Like they didn't go that far, but the fact that they put an effort in at all is really cool to see. Loath though I am to neglect preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alpha Naut's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hien a visit. I'm sure you want to hear about these developments, and we may as well be able to advise us on how to best reach the burn. Sound plan. And Yashtola's in Doma, is she not? I'm just saying she'd join you in the search if you asked her nicely. Well, you see to all that. I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the Council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with Yashtola. Those damn alien bastards blew up my ride. Sorry. I was referencing that fucking like Tiger Games console thing. The Duke Nukem 3D 2 port or whatever. Those damn alien bastards blew my ride again. Please let this cutscene be voiced. That is curious indeed. While the matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear you what you have told me in mind. Should you have any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. That's a fucked up hat. Why does he have an X on it? Well, two faces from the dim and distant past. Come on now, it hasn't been that long. Who's that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. I don't know, I'm giving her this voice. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. As now he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of the de-aspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed. But on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest than a liking to, I think. The sight of Aramekote with a peculiar contraption upon her head has a sudden novelty of value in these parts. Any actual regard they may have had for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before.
Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one will upon an aether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves subsumed with a sufficient belief. Such as the sacred relics of the Kojin collect obviate the need for a religious fervor in the summoner. Yet Soyu being the most obvious example, she had but associated the artifact by giving her by Asahi with the divine, and is said to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of the crystals, also provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Tsukuyomi. Which brings me to the question of preventive measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know not that will avail us. Say to keep watch over a moment of relics and crystals, as if we did not have to keep watch over it already. You say a lot of words, man. But I doubt you'd come all this way to hear which may be pursued in another part, as something happened with Alphanor. Yes. Ad start in 5 minutes. If the cutscene's ad before the ad break, I'll just activate the ad break and start doing all the bitch work to get to the next place. I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Ystola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Look, now if there's nothing else, I should go on ahead and request audience with Lord Hien. Alice puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. I should join her, and blah blah blah. Alright, let's start the ad break right now. I'll just hang out here for a bit. Here we go. Ad break. Ad break start. Run 3-minute ads. Alright, now we'll just chill for a bit. This will also give me a nice enough time to just relax my throat. I've been dying while I was reading. Like, goddamn. Goddamn. Those alien bastards blew up my ride. Oh god, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time breathing. What the fuck? Can I breathe? You know, I could have moved on. Nah, I won't move on to another video. We'll just have to deal with the fact that I'm just gonna be sitting here in silence for like a couple minutes. Actually, I'll take the second to put this on my lap. I'm gonna keep munching on my snack.
Where'd you go? How'd you do that?
Those damn alien bastards blew up my ride.
I don't know why that's my. I don't know why that's my bit. That's my new stim. I guess it's just because it feels good in my throat. Lord Hiena was expecting you.
Greetings, my friend. Elsa has explained it all to me. Needless to say, you shall have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphanod's trail does lead to the burn of all places.
Oh, nice. What do I get? Money. What should I get? Should I get a login silver piece, or should I get like a food? Because I have Logamon, Papanazi, Imam, Baildi, and ginger salad. Isn't ginger like... That's a root, isn't it? A zesty salad. Food is fairly cheap. The other thing is just money. Yeah, but what should I get? I'm not asking for the sake of like. I'm just asking because like, why the fuck not? You know. I'm here vibing. I'm here chilling. I'll just get whatever sounds nice. Thick dough kneaded with soft cheese and fried into a hearty donut. Cider would get more creamy cheese and a sweet and tart berry sauce. Whatever has crit. You're looking into this in a boring way. I'm looking at whatever has like whatever sounds good. None of these give credits, by the way. I was talking about tenacity. A popular comfort food in Othor consisting of thick, chewy noodles and tender minced dough and a wholesome broth. That actually sounds nice. I'm gonna have that. Feel the burn. I think this is the next quest. Tenacity is a tank stat. Damn, that sucks. Is the thing that makes you take a lot less damage? Damn, that's awesome. Please let this be a voice cutscene. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garlean history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but the excessive summoning saw it bled dry of aether and reduced to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that Primals had wrought that Emperor Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind. The bad enough offers a glimpse of the future we seek to prevent. Have you any reason for why Elfeneld have gone there? Why did it make me talk to Hien if she's the one who starts off the conversation? Aye. Mischance. Though it lies on the road to Garlemald, it is no place to make a stop. My guess is they encounter some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same mind as Alisei. We have no choice but to take our search to the Burn. Given the considerable distances involved, it is best we went by bird. Clementine and I have our yules. Yagiri, will you ready falcons for the others? I shall gather our swiftest birds. Near the House of the Fierce, there's an overlook. Pray to join us there once you have seen your preparations. I know that's not her voice. I'm bored. I'm just like stimming out a bit. Oh, that's convenient. I got my bird.
For some reason, I got confused. I was like, where the fuck do I go? I was genuinely having a moment of just like being pure stupid. Hey guys, how's it going? If everyone is here and possessed of a bird, let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There's no civilization to speak of for hundreds of moms in all directions. Take care you do not lose your way. Oh my god, it is a quest. Monty, do you want to join a party for this? What is this? Is this a World Elite? Alright, how do I add you? Oh, that's unfortunate. Everyone can see this. All my friends got doxxed. Average item level 340? Why do I not have an average item level of 340? Oh, this is garbage. No, it isn't just that. It's all. Actually, no, it's mostly this stuff. Bro, what the fuck? Bruh. You know what I bet it does have an item level of 340? Wow. Hold on, let me watch fucking what's her face's video on this. I'll watch it real quick. You guys ready to hear the sounds of another YouTube video in the background? FX6IE, feel the burn. Actually, what's it called? Is it just the burn? The Burn Dungeon Guide by MTQ Captured. Oh, let's take a look. I swear to God, this is outdated. You don't really need to. Hold on. Okay. Head. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you can hear me stimming out. Okay. 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 So if there's any lines or anything towards you, just hide behind a rock. Okay. 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 We're not gonna be able to see all these mechanics, I can tell you that much. We're gonna burst it down before any of that actually comes up. I really don't like these random like bosses they add in these dungeons. Okay. 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 I'm immediately losing interest. I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever, I don't give a shit anymore. We'll just play. We'll just play. You ready, Monty? I don't. Dungeon content is also basically entirely up, except for one from here. Okay, the one at the end of the burn isn't bad. Yeah, I feel like a lot of this is mostly just like you just pay attention to the lines on the ground and just stay out of their way.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Oh, they have voice cutscenes for this? Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna make these DPS's lives horrible. I'm gonna be watching these. I'm gonna be watching this cutscene. Is this it? Is this the reason for why we do why the dungeon happens? Because we had to take cover from a sandstorm? Okay. Where's my tank stance thing? Here it is. Did we go down here? Okay, we did. Watch out for the falling rocks. Is this it? Okay, I guess this is it. Hello, Tom. Let's go. Feel told otherwise. I'm not gonna give a damn about all these other things that I'm pulling around. Damn, there's an extra caterpillar. Oh, I'm getting sucked. White Lake Falls, the bleached shelf. Oh damn, I gotta get rid of that bot here in a second. I'll deal with it in a minute. There you go, I was trying to remember what button that was. What does that do? Renders you impervious. Okay, so that's what I gotta use for most moments. What does that do? Reduces damage taken by 30%. So anyways, I had an alright time at work. It could have gone a lot worse. I feel like it could have.
Is this the one where I just stay out of his like little cone, I guess? Yeah, there you go. What did my R do? Oh, reduces damage. Okay. Which direction did we come from? I think we go this way. What was my button for healing? I don't remember. Oh, there it is. It's clemency. Is this it? Okay. Damn, he didn't even care. I thought I hit him with my stun. I thought I did. The boar. It was a pretty large pig. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. I was like, oh yeah, there's a big ass tunnel. I gotta go towards the end of it. Shift 5 do. Oh, I guess we'll never know. There you go. Just don't stand in the drone. Or don't stand in the lines or whatever. I have so many buttons to press. I don't even know what this button does. This one over here, that's a defective one, I believe. Want to see a forbidden technique that healers don't want you to know about? Check this out. Alright, beyond this, I have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna thug this shit out. Once I can pretend like, oh yeah, I saw a little bit of the thing. That Giga Worm. The first worm. First ever worm.
I'm gonna test this on him. Where's my sprint? I think it's the World of Warcraft add-on that just adds like a giant plus sign to know where you are. He doesn't give a shit. I tried to hit him with a stun, but he just really didn't care. Is there gonna be cutscene here? Cutscene here? Do I care? Is it just gonna be like a big doofy ass dragon? I don't care. I know a dragon shows up eventually. Wow. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. The dragon dissolves into mist. Who says that? Go ahead. This is gonna be a toughie. Oops, I didn't mean to use that, but that's kind of cool. Alright, get out of here, bot. Yeah, can you get rid of that auto mod? Is that still there? Damn it. The rest of the party shows up just in time. Now this may make me like misanthropic or antisocial or whatever, but for some reason the feeling of like I just came off of work, so why should I give a fuck if I do bad in this dungeon to a bunch of strangers on the internet? Like it really just doesn't matter. Like I think that there's like a weird feeling that's just like liberating, and that's the reason why I was completely okay with tanking this and just thugging it out. I think even if I watched that video, I wouldn't have understood what was going on for the last bit.
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I'm quite ready to leave this wasteland. But first things first. Do you see the crashed ship over yonder?
That was such a weird filler dungeon. I don't know why they added that.
Judging by its class, it must be the vessel that bore Master Alphinaud away.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle.
Why did I give her like a vaguely Gaelic accent whenever I voiced her?
There may be clues. We should split up and search the area.
She's arguably sounds more default British than fucking the voice I gave Elise. What the fuck? But I gave her like a
There's
Please.
no sign of Alphinaud, nor of Maxima and his people.
I hope I got enough stuff so that I can start putting all that shit on my samurai. Samurai.
These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
How many more dungeons do I need to do? Like 2 more.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphinaud is his prisoner?
Open out is fine, I'm sure of it.
Aye, we must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
No. You had to get saved by fucking like Shadow Hunter or whatever. Shadow Hunter.
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options.
Only one more dungeon?
Whatever happened here,
That's
Master
crazy.
Alphinaud is long
I would have
gone,
to just
and
believe
any
you.
subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
He's gonna get taken over by an Ascian and then you'll have to kill him. Everything is accounted for. A triple check. Hey, Peter. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know why I gave him that voice. Well, that was decidedly an uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due for a good brush down and a retreat or two, wouldn't you? Feel the burn. That's unfortunate. I leveled up my fucking, this idiot. My paladin. Does this count as a sanctuary? I think it does. It looks like we have a little moon there. Shadows in the Empire. I'll save that for tomorrow. Fun. That was an experience. Anything with the moon does, yeah. So, with that being done, I'm gonna get ready for bed. we made a good bit of progress. We did like 4 quests tonight, maybe 5. That was like an hour and a half worth of content. It was pretty good. Even though it isn't like, oh yeah, we just sat here and did like 8 hours of content or whatever, and we got through the new expansion. Any step forward is still progress. So I'm gonna try to wake up early tomorrow so that we can engage in more Final Fantasy XIV content. We'll see. But when I wake up, I'm gonna be trying my best to do I'm gonna be trying my best to do quests for the main story. If I have to get forced into doing a dungeon, then fucking whatever. But that's gonna be what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be playing more as soon as I wake up. So technically, we do like 2 streams a day. I should be going until Thursday. Thursday is gonna be my Friday. That's gonna be the end of my work week. So Friday and Saturday are gonna be almost basically full days for me to just do streaming. So that'll be interesting to see. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna make sure to upload the VOD to the YouTube channel. Anyways, that was fun.